I was hoping for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Koya about the medicine from Sarah. I this medicine. I feel healthy that they were before. So my people who listen to me, this medicine that good medicine, it make me to be alive today. God, the first, second, this medicine. So what kinds of sickness you're suffering from? Food problem. Oh, yeah, my food problem. How long that will happen? You said 7 years, right? 7 years. Okay, thank you. You are welcome. My people, they want good news to bring to you. Professional Skills Training Center is the best vocational skills institute now in Liberia. At Professional Skills Training Center, they offer the following courses: heavy duty driving, light duty driving, excavator operator, wheel loader, motor grader operation, forklift operation, electricity, plumbing, computer IT, professional tailoring, hospitality, and many more. PSTC says your work is over when it comes to skills training now in Liberia. PSTC is located at Dubo Road Junction, Beansville, opposite Sandy Bar. That the one that in Monserrate here. And the people also in Nima community opposite Jubilee Church. And now people also in Great District. For more information, school year, you might walk in for it. So I know you can call 0770 for the people there that to Nima 0721 27 20. And for Guadalcanal District, 76-687-281. PSTC, we say thank you for bringing quality vocational skills training.
they forget about the past. Don't cause the darkness, turn the light on. We hear a lot of criticism from people, but don't mind them. They don't live here. We live here. We know what we want for our people. When you are walking a long distance and you have a lot of dogs barking at you, if you stop to throw a rock at each dog, you will not reach. Just move on, move on. Our job is to move on to build our country, make it better for our people, give them good drinking water, good roads, electricity, quality education for their children, good environment. That's the purpose of why they stood up.
What your mother did not do, you cannot do it. What your mother did, you will not do it.
It's so effort ideas. So you confront them with ideas. The best they can do, the force of man, the force of family, the ministry of man, force and power, the ministry of information. When you are so antagonistic against progressive ideas, then something must be fundamentally wrong with you. This president said he had over 42, some say 50 years government experiences. So the understanding in the public was that when this man comes to power, he's going to start implementing from day one. There's no room for learning on the job because he had all of the experiences. We needed to see him executing fundamental changes, instituting policy, making progressive moves that would benefit the people. Unfortunately, those things are not happening. And I gave you a practical scenario. When they were in opposition, they said President Weah did not attract foreign direct investment to the country. He did not create jobs. What he was doing was that putting seditions on payroll or supplementary payroll. So when they came to power, they said they were going to create jobs. They are almost in 2 years. There's no company that have come to this country to create jobs.
Peacefully ask you to please leave the chamber.
Yes, I'm going to do exactly that. All I'm saying is that you are so prepared to chase people who violate the rules and keep a man who violate the constitution.
Honorable
You are
Malema,
prepared to chase out
Honorable
people
Malema,
who are protecting the constitution
please
in the name of the
leave
rules. If there is anyone who must leave,
Honorable
it's this one.
Malema, leave the chamber.
Anyway, I'm elected here.
We will assist you to go.
Wait.
We will
Let
assist
me
you
tell
to
you.
go
Wait.
because
What
one
I'm saying,
thing
we would like you to assist us. That's exactly what made you not to be a candidate of the Women's League. Exactly that. Your conduct explained you to be a candidate for president because you are irrational, you are impatient, you are partisan. Even your own people have come to you. After they told you you are their candidate, you went home to do
on a point of
tell
order,
ancestors you are going to be a president. After that, they come to you.
point of order,
Exactly this conduct. How do you take us
Honorable
for breaking the rules
Honorable
and you are
Malema,
not chasing a man
point of
who
order,
has broken
Honorable Malema,
his
one
own
country
his
abused by you.
constitution? We are abused by Suma.
We are not going to
Abused by Suma.
abuse us the whole night.
No, we are abused by Suma. You are scared of Suma. He used you, he dumped you. He used you and promised you that you are going to be a president. And you went home, you slaughtered a cow.
On a
He
point
dumped
of
you.
order,
He dumped you. We are abused by Suma.
Honorable Malema, please, Honorable
If you
Malema,
want to
leave
kill
the house.
kill us now.
May I
You
ask
can
and arms to please escort Honorable Malema out of the house.
now.
President,
You are not going to be addressed by criminals. When addressed criminals, not members of parliament. What are you doing?
What more can we say to the Liberian people? So whenever it is around 3 o'clock, we are moved. We are told it is about time to come and sit in the black rocking chair. As we present the show to you. So welcome to the August 21st, 2026 edition of the show, The Heat of the Nation. So I'm going to be the lone presenter on today's edition of the show, where I'm going to be driving you through up to 5 o'clock this evening. So it's not the regular formation of the show on today, where you will have Washington Tappy Jr. and Mohammed Bani Kane, where I'm going to be seated with my colleague Washington Tappy Jr. So it is not the way in which. So your anticipation of having Washington Tappy Jr. and Mohammed Bani Kane's presentation will not useful today. So I am going to drop you to up to 5 o'clock. So at the 5 o'clock, I will be taking my weekend break. So we'll be back here on Monday. So there are too many things happening within the country, and this is our responsibility to talk about those things happening within the country. So all of the cyclists, the motorcyclists, the taxi drivers, the sunshine boys, the peppers and beta sellers who are in the market, the school administrators, wherever you are joining us from, I'd like to say welcome to the Friday edition of the show of the nation. What more can we say to Professor Graham Buster? I'd like to welcome you to join us, our friends from Bonton to Limba, our friends from Grand Diga, Grand Mount, River Sands, and Norman Bapoli, and Grand Cool. We'd like to say welcome to the show. Wherever you're joining us from, if you're watching on the other live Facebook feed, we'd like to say welcome. To those of people who are listening to us through the radio, the Magic Radio. That's the powerhouse. If you want to know how powerful the radio is, sit behind the microphone. You don't know how many people listening to you. So here's the lineup there for you today. So we will talk national issues of the 5 o'clock. We've been disappointed by our guest. So that's the video of the game. Sometimes you will have a conversation with people and they will provide all of the options. They will tell you, yes, I'm going to make myself available in the 9 minutes. You get a call. Unfortunately, I will not return. I will not appear on the show. So that is it. But that's the video of the game. So let me acknowledge those who are following us via the live Facebook feed. David Tueto. Good afternoon, folk IFM family, and good morning to the peaceful loving people of electoral district assistance. So we end good afternoon instead of so the people of district number 16. I'm David Tueto, watching from the municipal borough of Freetown. Thanks for your services, my dear brother. Thank you so much. And I also like to acknowledge our regular listeners. Palasana Sayon, John B. Tamba, Albert Kemuka, Patient Gray, Princess Rabbit, Princess Muhammad, and our brother who called from the street light in Johnsonville. And now the throw bar. I'd like to say a house up to every one of you. It is because of these people we are here. So yeah, it's a lot of here for you today. We will look at we will definitely look at what is actually happening at the Liberia Revenue Authority. There are then projections made. Wait, are we going to live from that? What are we going to meet? A revenue threshold, the projected revenue threshold. Whenever I hear people talking about financial, I'm always good to that. Yeah, because I'm a student in that particular field also. So we will definitely look into that. What is actually happening at the LRA, Honor Commissioner Double Jala, and we will look at the most talk about the most talk about former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor. And there is something very strange happening at the National Housing Authority. The resignation is taking place at the National Housing Authority. We are still corroborating the information. Once we conclude that, we will inform you. But until then, we will pass near that particular conversation in the words of. So we'll have a conversation on that. So we have to bring the music down a little bit and then talk about the things that are happening within the country. Yeah, so there is this thing where every one of us we are concerned about what is actually happening with the former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor with specific reference to allegations or charges levied against her by the Liberian National Police, where for days, this thing happens to be one of the biggest conversation within the country at the moment. So we will definitely talk about that. And just in passing with the LRA, there are a lot of good things happening at the Liberia Revenue Authority, and then I listened to the Commissioner General at the LRA, because Commissioner Double Jala, when he talked about meeting the threshold, there is this projection of us, there is this projection of us meeting a threshold that is a $1 billion budget. That is a $1 billion United States budget. I do remember when Mr. Cummings of the ANC make a reference to that there are possibilities of us reaching a 1 billion budget. I mean, not sorry for yes, but by reaching a $1 billion budget, a 1 billion budget. Yeah. So when Mr. Cummings made that particular projection, and then there were a lot of people who said so many things about that. There are impossibility, but at least today we are a bit achieving that. Hmm? We are talking about that today. Yesterday it was something that seems to be very difficult to happen, but at least today there are possibilities. At least today we are talking about it. We are achieving it, and at least I hope and pray that beyond that particular $1 billion budget, at least we can go beyond just $1 billion. We can go beyond a trillion. That a day that Liberia will have a trillion budget. Yes, I think we can achieve that. Some years back we were just operating in the thousands budget or 100,000s budget, but today we over the years we started operating, or we started having an annual budget of $1 million. Yeah, so if we are having $1 billion budget, then it means that we are definitely going to certain point. It means that at least we are making some strive, we are making some progress. So at least, and then the LRA was also talking about certain tax that people will have to pay. And back then, people used to pay tax for their homes, for their houses. So this is good when you asking people to pay tax to whether real estate tax or whatsoever tax it is. And people should be able to see the reason for which you are asking them to pay tax, because the rules, people should be able to apply good rules in this country. People should be able to go to better hospitals. There should be a reforms in the education system of our country, where we have a better education system, so that we can say yes, the tax we are paying, the money we are paying in the name of tax collection, at least we are definitely seeing it. So we are benefiting from it. So at the end of the day, we should continue to pay tax. Yeah. So all around the world, this is how people develop their country, and that's how the people are developing their countries. You go to other places, they will tell you that even the well you are digging in your yard, you will have to pay tax for the water you are getting from it. They, you are forced to recharge your phone. Even if you're not recharging your phone, you will have to pay a monthly fee. So these things are good for the development of our country. And we'd like to say thank you to the Commissioner General, Dr. Jala, and the team at the LRA. So thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so moving forward, there is this thing that appears to be like controversy between members of the National Patriotic Party or National Executive Committee member of the National Patriotic Party, where Madam Chua Howard Taylor is the standard bearer, where there is this statement in the public. There is this statement in the public that they endorse the actions of the Liberian National Police, or the government of the government of Liberia. And then after a few hours, you have the NPP coming back with another statement, distancing themselves from the previous conversation in the public on grounds that they are not in the interest, or there are just few group of people who are within the NPP made that particular statement in the public. So I don't know what is actually happening within the NPP, but on the overall, I think the release is independent. And if you look at it, there are some objective part of the release issued by that particular institution within the country. So we all right. So this is it. So you have people within the NPP, and this is something very normal. You will always have people within political institutions. They will not agree with certain things. When issues of concerns, there will be people who will not just agree so easily to certain things happening within the country. So you have some of the folks within the NPP, they are having some disagreement. They are not really agreeing to what has been posted in the public. So I think I have a statement here. Let me read this particular statement. Okay. So there is a statement from the National Patriotic Party, that is the NPP, and it reads: the NPP has issued no official statement on this matter. What what you are currently reading in the news is coming from individuals whose narratives appear aim at undermining Madam Joy Howard Taylor and creating confusion around her situation. Those are the same people who have fought her for years, and they think their wishes have come to pass. These are the same voices many have referred to as those who are selling their standard bearer for jobs and political hangouts. Therefore, do not take those reports as an official position of the NPP or as established facts. Wait for the authorities' statement. Wait for an authorized statement from the party before drawing conclusions. Madam Jua Howard Taylor has done nothing wrong that warrants the kind of judgment being circulated against her. Let us remain calm, powerful, and hopeful while allowing the legal process to take its course. Stand with the truth. Stand with Mama Jua. So that is it from the NPP. That is a statement where they are distancing themselves from the previous statement being imposed in the public that they do not support the previous statement in the public on grounds that people wants to undermine Madam Jua Howard Taylor, and because of that, they are doing it in the name of jobs. They are doing it in the name of political hangouts, according to the NPP. So on yesterday, we saw a lot of things happening at the Liberia National Police Headquarters when my colleague and I was here, and then we had a conversation around that. We reached out to our reporters who were assigned at the LMP headquarters, and they inform us. So you see, let's think about people just running with this whole thing like Madam Jua Howard Taylor is involved in this. No, this is an allegation leveled against her. This is a complete allegation leveled against her, right? So when the people level allegations against you, where they come out to say you are a person of interest, that is not a suggestion, or that is not a definite point that a person has been found guilty. We continue to say this thing to you that when a person is called for questioning, or to go and tell people that, oh, I'm not in the know of this particular thing, and I do not support people doing this, I do not support people doing that, people distancing themselves from actions. That is, oh, I have to take this very short break. Yeah, take this break, we can come back. Oh, okay, so welcome back. Yeah, so this is it, right? Um, I see National Executive Committee member within the National Patriotic Party, and they are like having some conversation. There are a lot of people who don't agree with certain things posted in the release, and there is a faction. So it seems to be like there is a faction within the National Patriotic Party with regards to Madam Jua Howard Taylor arrest. So that is what I'm sensing. During the course of the conversation, we will make an attempt to establish contact with our colleague, Emmanuel Mopolu, who is in some parts of Central Monrovia to bring us up to speed with regards to the current status of the former vice president. So when you have political institution in the country, I think at this point now, at this point, what the NPP is supposed to be doing, or what the Congress for Democratic Change, opposition political parties in this country is supposed to be doing now, is to like challenge the government to the legality. You call on national government to tell them that you are challenging them to the legal means, but not to create a scene, not to create a space like, the government is against or the government is after Madam Jua Howard Taylor. No, it's not possible that a certain government would just want to go after a former vice president. It's not possible. There are impossibilities. That is the reason why, if you look at this thing, you really look at it thoroughly. That is the reason why when people are called for questioning, when people have been given the opportunity, or when people have been named in certain cases or certain situations, the burden of truth lies upon the accuser. So the accuser in this particular case now is the LMP. That is the government. So don't you think in your mind, before the people can even talk about calling the former vice president, looking at the former vice president to say she's a person of interest, don't you think they might have gathered all of their evidences? They might have gathered all of their informations, and before going to court or before indicting this particular woman, because the police cannot come to say the woman is guilty. No, they do not have the legal right to determine who is guilty or who is not guilty. They do not have the legal right to render a final judgment on the former vice president. So that is the reason why it says she is a person of interest. So when someone has been classified as a person of interest, that is, this person might be connected to someone who they have surveillance on, someone who they have information about that is involved into a particular act. So because of that, they have contacted this person to come and explain his or herself. That is one of the reasons. So people should not continue to politicize this entire thing. People should not continue to see the thing like the current government, they are against a particular group of people, or they do not want to see a particular person in this country. No, it is not that way. It is not that way. And I don't wish people seeing it that particular way. I don't wish people seeing it that particular way. So this is good that when people wants to hold their government accountable, it is good to hold your government accountable. It is good. In the release issued by the NPP, if you read the other release issued by the NPP, where they said they support the action of the government and call for a speedy trial, that is very good. That is very good, and I must applaud those who released who published that particular release. In as much there is another communication that is coming by saying they do not support that particular action, or they do not support that particular communications that is making airwave in the public. But the ones where they talk about they support the government action and calls for an immediate and speedy trial of the former vice president, that alone speaks to the fact that it is about time, and we should continue on this path by testing the justice system of our country. I see no reason why people who are in the echelon position, people who are held in the higher positions in political party, want to put a spin around this particular thing, does not want to give ears or does not want to give an adherence to the law. This is absolutely wrong. This is absolutely wrong. When people have issues in this country, when the laws of the country, when the people choose or make a decision to present the laws of the country to the public, let us not try to portray this particular situation or this particular case like, the government is against a particular person. No, we should not try to do this particular thing. This is wrong. So you cannot resist a lawful arrest. The best thing people who are connected to the former vice president, people who are connected to the NPP, people who are within the CDC. The best thing, the best alternative you can do, I mean, the best alternative to take into consideration, or the best thing you can do now is to test the process. That is to call on the government, to tell the government that you have to be very fast. You have to ensure that yes, you conduct a free and fair trial for the former vice president, but to an extent where people wants to create a scene like the government is being tyrannical, the government is now adhering to democracy, the government is breaking the rule of law in the country. No, for me, I disagree with people on that. Those of you who have that mindset, who have that thought that you have a government that is treading on a path of doing such a thing. This is absolutely wrong. None of us should have that particular thing in our mind. And then, and more to that, what I have seen so far is that whether this is actually necessary for state security, to put a stop to people from Independent National Commission on Human Rights. Because what I saw is that when the folks from the Human Rights Commission made an attempt to see the former vice president at the medical facility in some parts of Congo Town, we saw how state security people were like barricading the place and then making sure that yes, these people are not given access. So I'm concerned whether Gregory Kuma or senior officers within the LMP, whether they have given an instruction or a mandate to officers who are assigned at that particular medical facility that there are certain people who should come here, you should grant them access. There are certain people who should come here, you shouldn't grant them access. Because the reason why I'm saying this is that this is not just going to help the government. This is not just going to help the people in the opposition. This is not just going to print a bad picture or a negative picture of the people in the opposition or the people in the government. So when people from Human Rights Commission, when they're making an attempt to go and see such a person involved in such a case of national concern, I think to some extent you have to give them the opportunity. You have to provide them the right or the opportunity to go and see what is actually going on, because these are independent commissions. At the end of the day, whether it is an annual or a quarterly basis, when they are providing their reports, when international partners, when international people, when international human rights institutions are providing reports, these are some of the petty things. These are some of the common things that they can sometimes report on. And people in this country can take some of these things for granted. Sometimes people will take it to be like political conversation. But what I saw at that particular medical facility by the 9 other people, even the legal team representing the former vice president, they couldn't have the opportunity or they couldn't have the time to speak with their client. For me, I think to some extent they should have allowed the legal team, the representative from the International Human Rights Commission, to have access to Madam Jua Howard Taylor, to have a conversation with Madam Jua Howard Taylor. For you not to stop the woman, this is absolutely bad. Sometimes our police too, sometimes some of them they don't get instruction, they don't receive alert. They aren't told that you have to go this to this particular extent. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do. Sometimes our police they can overreact. Sometimes what they can do when you go behind the scene and ask their bosses, it can be far more different from their actions. What I saw and what we continue to see, by you not granting access to the legal team, human rights commissioners, making an attempt to go and see the former vice president, this is something that's going to help the government. When people are projecting a negative image or a negative posture of the former vice president condition. Look on the internet. Just 5 or 10 hours ago, look on the internet. See some of the messages people writing on the internet. People are providing insinuations. People are even alleging the lives of the former vice president. You see how politics now is driving the country? When you are not a supporter of a particular person in this country, when a person is involved into a particular thing, you wish the person the worst. There are a lot of big brothers and big sisters who are members within the CDC, where I have seen their face, their social media handles, sending terrible messages. People are even alleging that the former vice president is no longer alive. People are even alleging that the former vice president has been injected. People are making some terrible, terrible remarks and statements on the social media. There are even some group of people on the social media who are even saying, if anything goes wrong with the former vice president, they will do this, they will do that. Eh? Is this the kind of country we're supposed to be seeing ourselves in? Hmm? Where when you have issues with law enforcement officer, this is it. When you have issues with law enforcement officers, allow the people to do what they're supposed to do because they are the law enforcement officer. But for people to start to insinuate, so the reason why I'm saying this now, where I have a concern with those police officers who were resisting or who said human rights commissioners cannot go to see the former vice president, her legal team couldn't see her. So people start to insinuate. When people start insinuating, when people start spreading such a kind of message, when people start running all around the place with the kind of messages that they have injected the former vice president, if we cannot allow independent human rights commissioners to go and have access to the former vice president and see her, look at the condition and ask the medical people who are on the grounds to ask them what's the condition, what is the actual condition of the former vice president. And you allow people to insinuate, people to speculate. When anything different happens to that particular woman, people will say, but the same officers then who were assigned at the medical facility, they deny the woman. I mean, they deny human rights commissioners, they deny police. I mean, they deny the woman legal team, they deny journalists from even having some level of access, not to go there to record the condition, but to at least go in the hospital or the medical facility and ask few questions. Maybe the woman might not be opportune or might not be in a better position to explain to media people, right? Or her current status. But the medical people who are there, they can explain the status of the former vice president. But what we are seeing so far, where people within the Liberia National Police, they are like saying, these people will not have access to the former vice president. When people start insinuating, all on the social media, people now saying all kinds of terrible things. You see, this is why I continue to say to the ordinary people in this country, don't allow politics to sway your logical thinking. Sometimes you have to be very logical. Sometimes you have to look at issues from different perspectives. Sometimes you have to look at issues and analyze them critically. How is it that people in this country will just jump up early morning and say the government finished injecting the former vice president? This is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. This is a very bad message, a bad picture you are sending to international people. At the end of the day, we will start to blame national government that the country is not progressing. We don't have jobs. We are not benefiting anything from the country. When you, the ordinary citizens, you who's supposed to be projecting a better picture of the country, a better picture of the government, when you are not doing it, instead, you are projecting a very terrible, a very bad picture of the government. Forget about what people did yesterday. We cannot continue on the same thing. We can continue on this particular path, this particular footing. This particular tendency that You must criticize, you must say the worst of things, you must say the nastiest things about people, then you can transition your way to national government. You can be opportune to provide governance for the country. We have to stop it. We have to change that particular thought. We have to change that particular thought that we can continue on this particular path. We can continue on this particular footing that before you can get into national government, you must say the worst of things when there are issues of national concerns. You must be saying all of the kind of nasty things all around the place. Why should people be indicting people in government or people who are not in government? Huh? People running with all kinds of allegations, all in the public, saying all kinds of things. In fact, the former vice president has been injected. When they call some of you now, when you are picked up by the Liberian National Police to go for questioning, then you term it as a political whistle. You term it as a crackdown on critical voices. But that is not a crackdown on critical voices. That is not a witch hunt. Because when you opportune, you have to bear in mind that in as much you have your constitutional right to free speech, you have a responsibility to that free speech. You can't just make certain statement where you don't have the facts, you don't have the evidence to back the statement made by you. Only because you want to make a statement, only because you want to be heard, you want to be seen. This is how the people running the country now. When you should just wake up in the morning and just curse people. You should just wake up in the morning and level allegations against people. This is how we are running the country. 6 years ago, we run the country just like that. And today we are running the country the same way. I don't know when we're going to change this particular mentality, this particular thought. We can continue on the same path. We have to change our mindset. We have to change our thoughts. We can continue on this particular footing. This is wrong for our country. At the end of the day, we start to complain. Government is not living up to the popular mandate of the Liberian people. Government is not providing the basic necessity. What they're supposed to provide for her citizens, they are not providing it. They are doing this, they are doing that. And they are dashing, or they have dashed the hope and aspiration of the Liberian people. But when you take to the social media, you start to level allegations, you start insinuating, you start saying all kinds of terrible things against people. How in fact the men are killing the former vice president. I mean, people can be so brave in this country to say some very terrible things. I was following the social media. In fact, one of my friends within the opposition political party, the man sent me a text message. He screenshotted a text message where he received from one of his partisans telling him that XYZ terrible thing has happened to the former vice president. Then the man forwarded it to me. The man said, "My man, are you people in the media? Can you help me with this particular thing?" And I was like, "My man, I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware. I can't tell you yes, I can't tell you no. So I can't speak to that." We can't continue on this path. We can't continue to make people to believe like when you are not in government, the simplest way or the easiest way to come back to government is to criticize, to insult, to say terrible things, to take people picture and put it on the social media, to present a very terrible or a nasty case or a nasty scenario out there. We can't continue on this path. We have to change it. We have to change this particular thing around. If this country must progress, if we as citizens must be able to make significant impact in this country, we have to first start from there. We can provide too much misleading and confrontational information to the public. We, the citizens, at times, we have to ask ourselves, we the citizens, at times, we have to be blamed for some of our actions. We have to be blamed sometimes for some of our actions. Because the way we go about doing some things at times, this is wrong. So at the moment, the former vice president is still at the local medical facility she was taken to yesterday. She's still there, but with specific reference to her status, her current status. That is something where we can speak to that. We can tell you what's the current status of the former vice president, because if at all her legal team might have been allowed to go and see her to know her current situation. We have been informed that this is the current status of the former vice president, but at the moment, we don't know the current status of the former vice president. So let's see whether we can establish contact with our colleague, not Washington rather, but Emmanuel Mopolo. So let me see whether I can establish a conversation with Emmanuel Mopolo. So Mopolo, Emmanuel Mopolo. Okay. So let me establish contact with Emmanuel Mopolo. Let me establish contact with Emmanuel Mopolo. And oh, I hope I get Emmanuel Mopolo. Yeah. I hope I get it. Hello, Emmanuel. Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
How are you, Mopolo?
I'm okay. I'm fine. Mr. Washington.
Yeah, so Washington is not here. This is Mohammed Vani Kane.
Okay.
This is Kane.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm missing you. Washington.
Yeah. So can you bring us up to speed with regards to the current status, whether you have been able to have a conversation with immediate family member or national executive committee member within the NPP or the CDC with regards to the current status of the former vice president?
To be realistic, we have not had opportunity to talk to immediate family members of the former vice president, rather the party chairs for NPP yesterday, and I gave you that update yesterday about what the NPP is saying, what they have decided to do. But then that meeting, when the former vice president was taken to the hospital, yesterday, the Institute of Medical Science here, when she was taken. So I think attention has been drawn to a health sector. And unlike yesterday, when the CDC concluded their own meeting and they showed their strength. But I think the major news that all of us been waiting for is to know the health status of the former VP, and we didn't have the power to do so unless we await a person to go and inform us. So while awaiting the Inspector General of the National Police just left from the hospital, and fortunately for us, we were able to talk to him. He confirmed that the former vice president is picking up, she's doing well, and of course, he also have informed that there has been a medical, advice that she should be extended there as a means of, resting, and taking her medicine and so forth. And we asked, what is her problem? She said that he cannot give her details of the medical situation she faced with. So, of course, one thing you can take away is that she's here and she's coming okay. And time has been extended as a means of, waiting or taking her medicine.
All right, Mopolo, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. So that is it right there with our colleague Emmanuel Mopolo, and he's bringing us up to speed with regards to the former vice president. So you just listened to our colleague Emmanuel Mopolo. The former vice president is still at the medical facility. So that is it right there. And we don't know the current status, whether she's going to be over there for the next few days or weeks. We don't know. And we hope and pray everything goes well. That is our wish with the former vice president. Yeah, this is not an easy thing to have a former vice president being called with a link where she's been called as a person of interest to this particular $1 million worth of drug within the country, and where she's been charged. So right after that, once she's okayed, she's been advised by the medical people who are there, she's okay, she's going to be discharged. And the LMP now will follow her to court. She, along with her legal team, will go to court and debate the issues. So it is up to the LMP also to provide sufficient evidence to the charges levied against him. We just hope and pray that this thing doesn't end this thing does not continue to drag like the Capitol Building arson case, where up to present we are still hopeful of the outcome of that particular case, because I think this is becoming a regular tradition, or if it is not becoming a regular tradition, it might become a regular tradition or a regular path within our country that certain cases they will take them to court, and those cases will be dragged. And I don't know whether we are already setting a very good precedent. Yeah, I don't really know whether we are already setting a very good precedent. Yeah. So that's it. The former vice president is still at the medical facility. And my colleague said he cannot speak to that with regards to her current status, because that is someone's health. You can play with someone's health. So the thing I saw people, where I'm seeing people running all around the social media saying this thing has happened to the woman, the other thing has happened to the woman. I think to some extent the LMP too will have to invite some of these people to go and provide the evidence, because you are making some very grave and strong allegations against the Liberia National Police. You are making people to believe that the police, they have done something otherwise other. What they're not supposed to do, maybe they have done it. So at the end of the day, they will have to call you for questioning. I think that is something that is going to be good for us as a country. That when people make certain statements in this country, there are some countries around the world where you don't make certain statements and think within yourself that you're going to go scot-free. You don't make certain statements around the world and think within yourself that you will not be called for questioning. You don't go about making statements about people's character or about people's profession. What we have seen so far on the internet, where people levying allegations, saying all sorts of things, making wild and huge allegations, running around with speculation, or in the public saying a lot of things, that this one has happened to the former vice president, this other thing has happened to the former vice president. This is absolutely wrong. And that is the reason why I was saying the police people who are assigned at that particular medical facility where you have the former vice president seeking medical treatment, allow her medical team to some extent, allow her medical team to have access to her, allow the human rights commissioners to have access to her, to have a conversation with her. So these people can be the one to tell the people in the public that what they have seen so far, she's in a very good condition. She's in a very better condition. She's in a very better position. Even if they cannot speak to her directly, they will speak to the medical people who are providing medical attention for her. But the way the people, sometimes the police people too, you can make people too to continue to insinuate. You can make people too to continue to run with speculations and make some wild allegations against you. Sometimes the way you can do things in this country too, you're the police people too. Sometimes the way your action too can make people to just be running all around with allegations and be speculating all around the place. So at the end of the day, people start to believe it. And this country, the country is a gullible society that when people can just wake up on some morning and say certain things, and then people just believe it and run around the place with it without anything like fast funding, without making attempt to conduct a proper investigation before coming to the public with a particular information. If people were going to be paying for damage of people's character in this country, the damage of people's reputation in this country, where people goes to court when they are taken to quote, when they can provide the evidence, they are placed behind bars. When more than 5, 6, 10 people have gone through this particular thing, it should not just be about the beach sharks. Where I saw yesterday when one man who can be on the social media insulted the Chief Justice in this country, that is the time it became a serious concern, a concern of national issues. Where at the end of the day, the man was sent to the Monrovia Central Prison for 6 months. There are other people in this country where people have insulted, they have played, they have tinted, they have damaged people's reputations and character in this country. At the end of the day, these people, they are walking all around this place. They are masquerading the corridor of this country freely. Nobody asking them. They are bragging, they are boasting that I will spoil your character, I can damage your character, nothing going to come from it. It is only Liberia where people can just play with someone's character. They anyway, anyhow, they can put it in the mud, they drag it, they can pour any kind of thing on the tinted your character, damage you. Other countries, you don't do it. Around the world, there are some countries you don't do that. You damage someone's character, you know how long it's going to take for the person to rebuild their character, for people to trust them again. It's not an easy thing. When you have been trusted for years, when people see, they trust you, they believe in you, and then someone just come from the blind, from nowhere, from the blue sky, and just make an allegation, a wild allegation against you. In our country, people goes with impunity. Impunity seems to be the order of the day, and we can't continue on this. People cannot be running around here with impunity. When you make allegations, when you come out with allegations against people's character, against people's reputation, you must be able to sustain the allegations made against the reputation or the character of someone. You don't play with people's character. In Liberia, I see us sometimes we play with people's character. We say all kinds of things. We go on the internet, we go on the radio, we say all lot of things, say all kinds of terrible things. Other countries, you don't do that. And attempt for you to do it, you have yourself to blame. If you can provide the evidence, you have yourself to blame. So that's it. You're the police people too. You have to give you have to give leverage to certain group of people too. Let these people to have a conversation with the madam. Yeah. So at least when the people have conversation with the madam, journalists are there. They are the ones who are going to ask these people, and the people who have been given the opportunity to go and see the former vice president, they will tell the media people, this is the current status of the madam. Then the people in the country can be informed. We are saying this for the good of the government. We know what people can say, what people been saying, how people saying their thing, how people running all around the place. And before we go to the line, this thing where I hear people saying, oh, we will protest, we will get in the streets, we will do this, we will do that. Hey, listen, don't get in the streets to go and protest. Don't get in the street to go and be causing confusion, obstructing the movement of other people in the country. No. The best thing you can do for yourself is to legally challenge the government to provide all of the evidence against the former vice president. But when people are making this thing, they're making this case to look like they're going to cause hostility, they're going to be very hostile, they're going to be very adamant to get in the street, to do this, to do that. It is wrong. Y'all don't do it. Nobody should fool you. Nobody should provide a misleading information to you that you must get in the street to do this, to do that. Wait for the law enforcement officers. Wait for the legal system to be tested. And when the madam is found guilty, that's it. If she's not found guilty, she can take an issue with them. So that's it. Nobody should tell you to get in the streets. They're going to protest because they have leveled an allegation or there are charges against the former vice president. Hey, boss man, don't waste your time to go and do that. When people tell you, when people come to you to tell you, let's go protest, or when people come in to you to tell you, man, let's go in the street to go and protest, tell them, let's test the legal system. Let's challenge the government to a legal means, not through the means of being very brutal, not through the means of going in the streets, setting roadblocks. We have to stop it. We have to definitely stop these things. This is absolutely wrong for us as a country. Yeah, this is wrong for us as a country. So 0770 0770 That's the number to call. 0886 086 The first caller on the line. Hello? I'm okay, patient. Mhm. When you're not informing the people. Oh, we lost patient. So patient, sorry, you can call back. Hello, welcome. Oh, what is actually happening? Huh? What is actually happening? All right. Hello, Spencer. You have to lower the monitor in the back. Welcome, brother. Hmm. All right. Okay. Thank you, Spencer. Hello. Yeah, Lasana Sayon. How are you? Hmm. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. All right. So we would take roughly about three more calls, and then we go to the next talking point. 0770-131318, 0886-272620. Hello, welcome. Your name and where you join us from? Yeah, Charles Kanzo. How are you, my brother? But mm, oh, oh, okay. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Your name and where you join us from? Yes, sir. No, she's not. No, no, she's not she's not deny a legal team. No, no. She have a lawyer. Mm. So that is where I'm cautioning. Yes, that is the reason why I'm saying to the LMP that you have to allow them to have access to their client for people not to continue speculating. Mhm. Oh, you are making a very good point. I rather wanted to respond to the point he was making. So I hope you call back. You conclude that particular point, and then I respond to it. So we will take just two more calls, and then we wrap it up to the next talking point. Hello, welcome. Your name and where you join us from? Yeah, hello. Yeah. All right, Teresa, go ahead. No, this is Mohammed Khan on Fuka 105.3. All right. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Take it easy now. Take it easy. Thank you. Thank you. Take it easy. All right, thank you. Eh, Okay. All right, thank you. Hello, welcome. Yes, sir. I mean, long time you in the country? I mean, I'm told that you have a government job now, so that's the reason why you normally don't call on radio station. Yes, sir. Ah, I mean, the people get their job all around and job. Eh, mhm. How is the country bleeding? Ah, but how the country bleeding? Uh-huh. So because the people called the former vice president for questioning where they charge her, so that means the country is bleeding. Is that your interpretation? Is that? All right, thank you, Blaman. We can continue on that part. Why you say the country email has been damaged? Yeah, yeah, patient, definitely. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, all right. Hello, welcome. Your name and where you join us from? Mhm. Osman, your line is very terrible. It's very, very terrible. So just change your location a little bit and call back because the line is very terrible. Yeah. Yeah. So you just have to change your location a little bit and call back. So all right. We can continue on that particular talking point till the rest of the time. So we have a few minutes to go because the Friday section is from 3 to 5 o'clock. The Friday edition of the show, Heat of the Nation, is from 3 straight to 5. So at about 5 o'clock, I will be taking my weekend break. Then the next program will be Inside District number 13. That is a program that places a spotlight on what is happening within District number 13, Montserrado County. So, bossman, we're not taking calls now. Yeah. So, we beg you, yeah. We got anything here, we say we're going to take call. We're not finished with it today. We're not finished just now. Yeah, so I'm begging you, please, we're not taking calls. Yeah, so something happened in River says, yeah. While we're talking about fighting drug, and you get one immigration officer beating somebody well, only because he is the commander in River says. You see how power, that's why the songwriter says power is like a cooking or equal to capture, and power has a way of making people to feel like they have everything to their disposal. They are the best. I don't really understand how people can really take this power thing business to be. So we're not taking calls. Those of you who are calling, we're not taking calls right now. We are going to the next talking point. So there is this thing that happened in River says. Where is I want to play the video. Yeah. 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 Okay. So just hold on a little bit. Let me get it maybe straight on it. Eh? There is this thing that happened in River G, not River says. River G. Immigration commander that is there. Victor N. Batu. River G immigration commander. Victor N. Badu. Batu. You see, when people are not employed, they can be very submissive. When people are jobless, they can be very submissive. When people don't have job, they don't have anything doing, they can be submissive. When you even tell them to sit on the floor, they will sit on the floor. They can respect even the crazy man that is passing in the street, the mad man that is passing in the streets. They can respect that man. They can respect the least person within their surrounding. But when the person got a job, when a job is given to a person, oh, you start to see the other side of them. What are we talking about? How government can tackle this whole job business? Then you get River G, immigration commander, beating someone's daughter or someone's wife or someone's sister. In fact, there are some things the man said in the video. There are some things he said. I reached out to those involved. There are some things the man said, and then they are terrible. I can't play the video right now because some words he used, they are terrible for the ears, most especially for the radio. If you want that video, we'll post the video on our social media page. The man beat on the lady, as if to say the lady is living with him. To have a conversation with him. I thought they say you can insult the police officer, but you can't assault him. You can disagree with him, you can say the words of him in his face, but you don't dare put your hands on an officer. But this other one is, I think, is on the other side. Yeah, this is on the other side. This is the kind of a thing we talk about when people are in leadership, when people are given the responsibility to govern, when people are being given the responsibility to provide leadership, to provide governance at a particular place. They think within themselves that the opportunity given to them, they are big shots. Nobody can do anything to them. They are untouchable. You can't do anything to this particular person. So they can go the wrong page. They can go ahead doing whatsoever thing. anything they feel like doing, they can go ahead and do it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. That immigration officer who beat on that lady, Victor N. Batu. Victor N. Batu. This is something where we will follow it to the last and make sure actions are taken against this particular man. You can beat somebody, daughter, or someone wife, like I said, to say the woman is living with you, even if she wronged you. In fact, as a security man, what are you supposed to do? I thought you people supposed to be the one setting precedents. I thought you people supposed to be the one telling the people about the laws of the country. Instead, you haven't seen or you were seen beating on someone's daughter or someone's wife. Eh? All the things what you can be doing in the country. The people get so many group of people in this country where they are responsible for violence, they are responsible for teenage pregnancy, they are responsible for bad or terrible road connectivity in the country, they are responsible for human rights abuse in the country. There are a lot of things they are responsible for. They are responsible for the living condition of the people in the country. There are a lot of international institutions that can send their people to the country to go and observe. Then, on an annual basis, when they come up with their report, and we start to say, oh, the people in opposition, they are the one causing the problem for us. They are lying on the government. In fact, the report from this particular institution is not credible. We have been here, we heard people saying that. We've been here where we hear people saying this particular thing, oh, the report provided by this particular institution is not credible. In fact, the institution themselves, they are not credible institutions. This is how the people draw conclusion. These are actions that can make the people to talk about human rights violation. You catch somebody daughter or somebody wife, you beat on the gate. And I'm told the lady is like you going somewhere and then on your way going, you met these people having a conversation, and then you try to like talk to the person. So, oh, my man, forget about this thing you're doing. This is not fair. This is not good. You have to leave it. Then you have, then the officer leave and left there and say, oh, I think, I don't know. Let me see what I can cut that particular portion where they were insulting again, where the officer was insulting here. I don't know what I can cut that portion from there. Okay, yeah. So let me pray so the people can hear the officer action. And in fact, he's even telling the girl, he will deal with her, she will see. Jump on her, beat her. You can hear the woman crying in the video. Let me play. I'll play it so you can hear it. The country will face the country. There are some people, there are some elements in this country. We have to root them out. Okay, so let me go back a bit. Okay. All right, so you listen to the old man, and then he started to insult the guy, and then tried sending a threat. Kill her. If not die, you chimney, I will deal with you. Hmm? That officer, Victor Batu, he should be relieved of his position at about this time to the Liberia Immigration Service. We already thinking about how can we defeat drugs? The people who's supposed to be protecting the bullet points of our country. He's there somewhere in River G fighting. County commander, you there? They man, Victor Batu. He's there fighting someone, insulting the person. Let's agree now. Let's just agree. You know, okay, yeah, she gave you a she used a word that she's not supposed to use on you. You as a police officer, you as an immigration officer, you're supposed to be teaching her the law. You're supposed to use the law on her by collecting her and call police on her, by taking her to the police station for abusing you, for using some terrible words against you. But you didn't do it. You felt. I mean, I don't really understand some of our people in this country. I don't really understand some of our people in this particular country. When they are not there, when they are not given the opportunity to serve in government, they can be submissive. That's what I said previously. When some of these people don't given opportunity to serve in government, they can be very submissive. They can talk all of the fine and beautiful things. At the end of the day, when they are being when they are being recruited or incorporated into government positions, oh, they can be very disrespectful. They can be very rude on people. They can be very rude and disrespectful on people. While we fighting hard, you're the same immigration people. You can be sitting to the bullet points. You can be sitting to the airport. I don't know how you can manage thousands, millions of jobs can enter the country. We're all this struggling. We are fighting out, trying our possible best to get those who involved with this particular job thing. Boom. Then you there, you fighting someone's daughter. You're fighting someone's mother. You're beating somebody's daughter. You're beating her. You insulting her. You humiliating her only because you think within yourself you are a ranking members within the LMP. And this is not the way it's supposed to be. Not because you are a ranking member within the security sector of our country. When you and a person having a scuffle or an issue, you should be the one beating on that person. No, you should take advantage of the person. No, this is bad. It is absolutely bad. Listen to the man. The man insulting the guy, sending, in fact, giving the guy a threat that he will make sure he do this to her, he do that to her. By this time, we will follow this thing. That Victor Batu man, by this time, he should not be in the Liberia Immigration Service. His position, that particular position he's occupying, he should be relieved of his position. He It should be forwarded to the professional standard for questioning. We have to make these people to be disciplined. This is the same thing the LDA guys then did to a lady some months back. They stripped that woman naked and put her on television all around the place. And we can't continue like this. Security people where you're supposed to be very trained, supposed to be very moderate and respectful to people. Then you are there fighting this woman. We already having $1,000 million case in this country. $1 million worth of drugs within the country already. No here, no tail up to now. We still struggling to get the hair. We still struggling to get the tail. Eh? Then you fighting somebody's daughter on grounds that she gave you a talk that she's not supposed to give you. You beat on her. I said to say she's your daughter. I said to say that lady is your daughter. People can be so wicked. People can be so disrespectful. To the extent they can use their position. This is how some of you are using your position today to take people property from them. This is how you are using your position to humiliate people, to come down very hard on people, to silence people. Some of you are using your position today to do these things. And in the public, you pin yourself to be a better person. You pin yourself to be a good public servant. Where behind the scene, you are doing something very bad. You are very terrible. That particular man, that lady, and that man, that particular immigration officer, he should be relieved of his position and be forwarded for further questioning or investigation. When he leave from there, even if they'll reassign him next time, when someone even will spit on him, when someone even spit on him, you will know how to address that person. Not because you are in senior position within the immigration service in River G. So you want to use your position, you want to use your portfolio, you want to use your title to humiliate someone. You listen to the lady. You listen to what she said. These are the people who are causing some serious problem for our country. These are the same people who the president is depending on. They can be very vocal. They can pretend to be very attentive. They can pretend to be those officers that are really in action, that are really working in the interest of the country, where they're supposed to exercise all those restraints. They don't exercise the restraints there. An ordinary poor woman who's selling her little market in grain in River G, you don't own her and beat her because of no reason, because you are a commander in River G. You think within yourself because you are a commander in River G, so you beat on that lady. Your bosses then in Morovia, they will get the information. The mail will reach them, and when that mail reach them, they will have to act upon that particular mail that will reach them. This is how we have to weed out the terrible apple that are in the security sector. You can get all the restraint, or you can be very strong like this when people who can come in the country with bad things, then you can exercise those restraints. You can exercise those strength against these people who can come in the country with bad things and terrible things that are destroying the lives of so many people in this country. That's the same thing with the National Housing Authority. That one will get on that one on Monday. The National Housing Authority, something terrible is happening also at the National Housing Authority. People just resigning there. For what reason? We don't know yet. But we're still corroborating that particular information. The country, we will face this country. No other person will come here to face this country. We ourselves, we will face this country. We ourselves will face it. So I know there are a lot of concerns. People are concerned with regards to the thousands of deportees coming to the country and on what ground, on what basis they are coming to the country. We're going to package all that for you on Monday. So don't worry, don't worry. We're going to tell you because for Sierra Leone, there is $1 million agreement that was signed between the Sierra Leonean government and that of the U.S. government. But then there is a backfire that is coming from the Sierra Leone government because the Sierra Leone government now is reneging on accepting these people. So we don't know for our country whether it is the same as compared to Sierra Leone, whether Liberia too they took money or Liberia did not take money. We don't know. So it's good. You corroborate all of the informations, you get the facts. Then when you come to the public to inform the people, when you are saying these things, it can be backed by facts, it can be backed by evidence. So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will reach out to people at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and ask them, we will reach out to the LRRC and ask all the relevant authorities that we're supposed to reach out to. We will have a conversation with them. Even the Ministry of Justice, we will reach out to all these people. At least if we can get the nationality of almost all these people, but at least there are some people among the deportees that are coming to Liberia, we will be privileged to have the nationality of some of these guys. Yeah, so for that, we're not really going to talk about that today because we don't have much time. Yeah, that's why you see the Friday section, the Friday edition, it can be short. Yeah, just 2 hours. Yeah, you want to talk certain things in 2 hours time. Imagine how yeah, just 3 o'clock. Imagine now the time is almost 5 o'clock. I have for 3 minutes going the time. So that's it. That fatal battle man. When you are a security officer, for me, my little understanding I have, security people, they're supposed to be very, very respectful. Security people are the ones who are supposed to exercise a high level of restraint. But going at the verge of beating the lady, making sure you beat on her, you threaten her left and all that you will do something terrible to her, she will see. That is not something to be taken lightly. That is not anything we're supposed to see as a joke. This is something very serious. This is a very serious thing. That officer, that particular immigration officer, the thing that making him to be very disrespectful, that makes him to be masquerading the corridor of Grand Judea and be doing whatever thing he's doing to people there is because he's wearing that particular uniform, is because he's in the immigration sector of our country. So that's the reason why some of them can be very disrespectful, can be rude on people. Some of them, they make themselves to appear like they are demon gods. Some of them make themselves to appear like they are terrible elements. They make themselves to appear like machines that you don't touch it so easily. That's how some of these security people can make themselves. Or the place that is supposed to exercise their authority, the place that is supposed to prove to the people in this country that we are protecting you, we are saving your lives. They can't do it there. They can allow the barbar and terrible things then to pass to enter the country freely. At the end of the day, the ordinary people are the ones feeling the pain. Go right to the Roberts International Airport Highway. During the evening hours, the late evening hours, maybe around 11:10, the checkpoint the guys then put over there. Some of the checkpoints that are there, they are only there to be collecting $5 or $10 from people. They don't even check your vehicles. They don't check in the trunk. As far as they're concerned, they tell you, my man, put your inside layer on, you just put the inside layer on, you pass by them, they ask you for mosquito cover money. So that all these things they do, you blame national government too. Because when you honor paying the men, that's how the men do. They will continue to take bribe. They will continue doing what they are doing. That's why you see sometimes when these guys are not paid the way in which they're supposed to be paid, when people come with bad substances in the country, they bribe them, they will allow these people to go. Because most often you're not paying the people the amount of money you're supposed to give them, you're not giving it to them. Because the lifestyle they're supposed to live in, they are not living that kind of lifestyle. You guys who are the bigger people in government, who are the big sharks, you are the ones who enjoy almost everything. The ordinary security people then they suffering. For that particular immigration officer, anyway, anyhow, he go up and come down. Action should be taken against that particular man. For humiliating, for disrespecting, for beating on someone's daughter or someone's wife, because he think of himself, he's one of the big sharks within the immigration fatal battle. This thing, we're not going to take it lightly. We're not going to take these things very lightly. You can be very that kind of a way in this country. Why? I don't understand why people can allow themselves, why people can allow power to just be controlling them. Eh? There are people in this country who can allow power to control them. Instead of them controlling the thing, they can allow the thing to control them. Hmm? What can really happen to people? What can really be happening to people who can be in position of leadership that can just allow power to just overrun them? Oh, there are some big brothers in this country. Until they open their mouth to tell you that they are this person or they are that person in government, you don't see it so easily in their faces. You don't see it from them. You don't see it so easily. But it is what it is. We hope the country get better. Almost every day we're crying, the country needs to get better, the country needs to get better. This is how the country is going to get better too. When you have security people who are providing better treatment for our citizens, it's also contributing to the betterment of the country. When you have security people who are contributing to the terrible system of the country, this is how you are making the people to believe that there is no trust in the security sector. You got when immigration officer or police officer now jump on someone to fight them, you send a very negative picture, you send a bad picture. You watch the video, you see that lady without reaction. She's standing, he came from nowhere, jump on the girl, beating her. Then when they got a man now, when the lost job now, they say, oh, the thing where we fought for, we suffer for, at the end of the day, we not benefit. Yeah? And the people there, these are the kind of people there who contributing to Mr. Boyka government. Yeah. And the people in there. Yeah. So there is an information that is coming up on Donna Sano, Deputy Minister Donna Sano, but let me verify it thoroughly. Let me do a thorough verification before I can say it to the public. Yeah, there is an information coming up. Hmm? What is this? What is this thing here? Oh, yeah. Where is this? Where is this thing? Where is this thing go? Where is this thing? Where is this thing? Ah, so there is this report that the lawyers or the legal team representing Senator Amara Conan, they have given Daniel Osano 48 hours to retract the allegation made against Amara Conan. Yeah, with regards to systematic rig of the 2017 presidential election. So they are giving the man 48 hours. So let's see what's going to happen. If the man does not retract that particular thing, we don't know what's going to happen. And Cabinet Jana is one of the lawyers along with Jonathan T. Massaquoi. They are the lawyers representing Senator Amara Conan. So the deputy minister has been given 48 hours to retract all of the statement made against Senator Amara Conan of Bapolu County. So that is it right there for you. So let's go to the lines and take your calls. We don't have the luxury of time. 770-131318-0886-272620. Hello? Okay. Okay. You're alive. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Mm. All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Hello. Welcome. Yes, sir. Hmm. Yeah, that's the simplest thing to do. Definitely. 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 Oh, so we'll talk about it Monday. That's going to be a very fresh conversation Monday. All right. Thank you. Hello. Welcome. Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. People just take. Sure. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Albert. So the last caller. You the last caller. Hello. I'm okay. Mhm. Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. So I'm sorry, we're not taking calls again. Yeah. So those of you who try to place in your calls, we're not taking calls again. We are out of time. So we are definitely out of time. We can't take calls. We can't continue to do the calls. We have a program coming up. So up next is the program inside district number 13. So my name is Mohammed Banikane. I've been here since 3 o'clock. And you've been listening to the program Heat of the Nation. We're going to be back on Monday with another presentation of the show Heat of the Nation. So until then, this is how we take it.